Alright, another character rankings of their ace monster, this time on Ryouga Kamishiro, or simply just say Nasch for his alternate identity. And yes, I'm just being nice enough to put both personas since it's still technically the same character. And also because I want at least 4 ace monsters on the list, so just combining both personas actually make more sense to actually have a total of 4. But anyway, like usual, I'm going to be ranking their main aces based on their designs from anime appearances and not by their effects with base forms first, evolve forms second. In this case, everyone has an evolve form, or practically everyone, so I will be putting evolve forms as a factor here. In which the aces for Ryouga Nasch is number 32 Shark Drake, which is his main ace as Ryouga. Number 101 Silent Honor Arc Knight, which is his main ace as Nasch. Number 72 Abyss Splash, which is his main ace for both sides of his characters. Black Ray Lancer as an alternate ace, mainly as Ryouga. And finally, number 17, which is his first ace monster that he lost. So with the 5 candidates out of the way, let's just begin. And remember, this is all based on my opinion. So on the bottom of my list, it's number 17 Leviathan Dragon. It's a cool looking Leviathan and a dragon looking theme. It looks really cool. Only thing is, this is the only form. There's no evolve forms or anything. It's just this one form. I would have to say it is cool as every other Ryouga ace monster or Nasch, if not maybe a little cooler than the next one on the list, but this one has no evolve form, so it kind of just downgraded a bit. But regardless, it's a cool ace monster. But if it did have an evolve form, I probably would rank this higher. Number 4, it's Black Ray Lancer. I really like the water themed knight here. It just looks really cool. I really love the lance. The wings on its armor just looks great. I like the dark aesthetic too. In fact, most of Ryouga and Nash's ace monster is very dark aesthetic and night theme, which is very fitting for the character, by the way. But as base form, it just looks pretty cool. Now we evolve it to full armor Black Ray Lancer, which actually showed up in the anime. Yeah, it's basically Arrow Shark equipped on Black Ray Lancer. And I have to say it's pretty cool, especially with the torpedo shoulder cannons. Not as cool as regular Black Ray Lancer in my opinion, since it is just overbloated armor here, but overall still looks pretty cool. Not as cool as the next main 3. Number 3, it's number 73 Abyss Splash, a water themed guardian knight. Really love its design. I love the orbs on its armor. Armor design looks great. I like the spear it holds and even the head design a bit, although a little bit of a bulky gauntlet, not really into that one, but cool looking armor design, although the color scheme of it probably not as much, since in a way I still prefer the Dark Knight theme, but I still say cool enough to beat Black Ray Lancer. Now we evolve it to Abyss Supra. Yeah, the chaos looking armor just looks really awesome with the aura. In fact, I love the spear design too. Also, the chaos-fied orbs on its armor. I really love that aesthetic. Number 2, it's Silent Honor Arc Knight. Base form design as a spaceship. Yes, it's not as cool as a knight, but I really love this spaceship fleet here, and I love the concept of it, which is why it's actually on the number 2 on my list. In fact, I kind of like the design of the ship itself. It kind of looks pretty cool. But then as Dark Knight, here is him without the armor, aka the spaceship. The spaceship becomes his armor, or a fleet, because it might be a fleet. But I really love this concept because Dark Knight is just right in there. He launches out and the ship becomes its armor, and a chaos fight dark theme armor on top of it. I just really think this is just a cool concept. The spaceship design already looks pretty good, but as Dark Knight wearing the spaceship as his armor just looks even cooler. Practically one of my favorite transformations that happened in Yugioh. This guy riding a spaceship just wearing his spaceship as his armor. And Dark Knight's armor just looks cool. Like its name applies, it's a dark themed knight. It just looks really cool. I love the aura around him. I kind of like the little horn wings that was on the Dark Knight. I love the spear, and especially the head design that looks like a crown, especially the aura of the chest plating, which was actually shown in the Arc Knight. Finally, to the last one on my list, which is number 1, it's of course number 32 Shark Drake. Shark themed dragon. I really love this sea serpent themed dragon. The color scheme looks pretty nice, being the dark theme that Shark is known for. You can practically even say it's the dragon of the seas, although I could say it doesn't look as menacing as Leviathan Dragon in my opinion, but still looks really cool in a base form. Enough so to be number 1 on the list because it also has the evolve form that just looks threatening. The evolve form being Shark Drake Vice. This one wearing actual armor with chaos looking theme to it. I like the purple aesthetic on it. The head design just looks great. I really love the arrow looking head. And in fact, the armor design on the Shark Drake Vice just looks pretty cool. I just kind of like the white theme aesthetic here, especially the glowing aura colors. So in my opinion, pretty much the coolest ace monster of Shark or Nasch. Although at the same time, I kind of want to put Silent Honor Arc Knight as number 1 just for the cool concept of using a spaceship into armor. But regardless, both of them are just cool. I just probably am a sucker for dragons even more, so I put this one as number 1. And this one has the evolve form too. So that's it for this rankings of Ryouga or Nash's ace monsters. What do you guys think of them? I just gave you my opinion on how I would rank them, so go ahead and tell me yours. In fact, I kind of like all Ryouga Nash's ace monster because a lot of them have a Dark Knight theme aesthetic. 2 of them are dragons and they are pretty cool as well. And I'm a sucker for dragons, although one of them doesn't have an evolve form, so that's why it was in the bottom of the list. But the dark theme aesthetic with the knight, I kind of like it. It really fits the character as well. In a way, this was actually a pretty hard list for me to make because, yeah, all of them were just pretty cool. Base forms were kind of a bit all over the place. Some of them had cool concepts like Dark Knight with the Arc Knight armor. And then there's me being a sucker for dragons that just made Shark Drake into number 1, which in a way is as cool as Dark Knight, but then cooler than Silent Honor Arc Knight as Shark Drake. So there was a bit of a debate on how to make the ranking here. But I did what I did, and this is just based on my opinion. So go ahead and tell me how would you rank them, and what other cards would you consider being main aces here? Maybe Arrow Shark, but that would have just been on the bottom of the list anyway, so if I did decide to rank that in, that would just been there. So it wouldn't really matter. But in that's for this, and see you all next time.